So a momentous occasion. We're actually back in the Crow's Nest restaurant. Something many people haven't seen this bit, but I never thought maybe they'd hear the news we're going to bring today. That an agreement's been made between the Isle of Man government, DOI, and the trust that's looking after Queens Pier. Hip hip hooray! I think a lot of people are saying. I mean, this has been
a long time coming. Yeah.
Well, should we start with you? Dream, as you say.
It's a dream. Some people said I was a dreamer, but I don't think I am. I'm a visionary.
You're determined.
I'm very determined, absolutely. When anybody says, that, you know, your heart's got to be in it, they don't realise what passion I've got for making sure that this pier gets prepared all the way to the end. We know exactly what we've got to do for the burst bay, which is extremely difficult because it's not 90 degrees to the prom, and so all the pieces of steel are at different lengths. But nevertheless, we know what all these measurements are. We've got a company on the Isle of Man that's going to provide the steel. Some people say, well, why don't you get the steel from Russia or Romania or China, where you can get it a lot cheaper? But you know, if you've got a man on the ground that's brought you the steel and brought it to the site to the nearest thou, and it's not quite right, you can't ask the Chinese to give us another piece. Yeah. So it's all homegrown work that we are doing. And I'm determined that we're going to ensure that we employ as many Manx people as I possibly can, because it's the island's got to have the right age groups to stay on the island and not keep on thinking that they have to go across.
Let's talk to the Minister who's on another role. I keep saying that because one thing after another, promenade, everything else. This is something that a lot of people, well, I said at the beginning, never thought would quite get there. And I think there's been a last minute, you know, you had to go last week on social media saying you're still waiting for this contract.
But it has taken far too long. It's taken, taken ages, taken years, and finally just to draw a line under it to move forward and actually say, look, go ahead. You know, we're right behind you.
The documentation's quite thick. So you've asked a lot of things. I'm sure you've had to jump through lots of hoops. Is that correct?
Well, we have. You know, it's all kinds of questions have been asked, and you know, we have to. One of the biggest things that people have got to worry about is our competence.
Yep.
And I am quite confident that I'm quite confident, rather.
Yeah, you're confident.
Yeah. You understand that we know exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to do it very slowly and very carefully, because we're working over the sea with the tide coming in twice a day, and the scaffolding has got to be at the right height so that we can work above our heads and so on. Okay,
let's just get some of the details in there. I mean, that's a massive document. What are you doing? You're leasing it, you've sold it, what have you done?
Well, it's a lease. It's for now, for the trust to go ahead and do all of that work. Obviously, the issues to do with health and safety were very important to get all of those things clear, but it was really important to do it right now because it allows them now to get the steel and to get the work progressed and not lose another year. And I think that was really, really important.
Yes, it is.
And that was it. What I saw on social media, you were getting worried that time was ticking on.
Time was ticking on, and it takes a certain amount of time for us to order the steel.
Yeah.
And so it is that time scale that we have to take into account before the bad weather comes. So we've got a decision now as to whether we're going to manage it or not.
So you're not sure yet this year?
Well, we're not sure, but we'll try. It all depends on how quickly they can produce the new steel. It's got to go across to Liverpool to get galvanised, you see. Okay. So it's got to be made, gone to Liverpool, and then it comes back to us via Mazeron.
Okay.
And
what do you get? I mean, you can go to that first bay, is it, or can you actually walk on it? What can you do now?
Well, we will be able to work on the first bay to a certain extent. Yes, we have to be very careful. We've got to move all the grill and one thing and another that has to be pushed back further down the pier, and then we have to assess exactly what we're going to do with the entrance, with the building itself, because it's not safe. All the beams are not very good, and we've got some steel to put up first. So we've got to make the building safe before we can start on the pier.
Do you now sit back and let these guys do it for nothing, or are you contributing anything?
No, I think it's very important that we don't, because in some ways, you know, as soon as governments get involved, a number of people will sort of run away. You know, it's very important that this is a project.
Do you want some government money?
No, I do not want any government money. You see, I am relying on the people of the Isle of Man who have got a lot of money. There's a lot of money on this island. I'm amazed that there is so much. But this is where I'm going to apply our energies with corporate funding to try and raise money. First of all, we've got to find enough money for this first bay, and this is the most difficult. We're always looking for money.
Yeah, but the horse trams got like 5 million quid from them. That's the sort of thing. The money must be there. You must be tempted to.
No, I mustn't ask.
Oh, okay.
I mustn't ask because I will not get money up from the right quarter that I'm after.
And I think that's the thing, really. I mean, you see in other jurisdictions where you really see people investing into their community, and that's what we're looking for here. And I think this provides opportunity. It's almost for the department to provide that infrastructure, provide that setting, but really to enable people to now invest.
I've always been like the gravel railway sort of scenario, is it sort of thing? Where enthusiastic amateurs they fundraise, they make it, and they look after it. But in this case, you still own it, though.
Yes.
Are you going to be putting your hard hat on going out there?
Well, I'm really looking forward to progress. I think with these things, it's all about enthusiasm, commitment, and it's all here.
Yes.
So I'm really
watch this space.
Yeah.
What happened to everything that was stored all those years ago? I mean, it's all stripped, that £1 million or whatever it would cost at the time just to clear the decks.
Just to make it safe.
Got it?
Yes, it's safe now, and now we're
Is it any good though? You can't say that.
Well, it's like a great big aircraft carrier at the moment.
Yeah.
And so we've got to recognise the timber that we're going to put on once we're taking it off, but we've got to get the steel on, timber on, and then invite the public to come onto Bay 1.
Indeed. Now, we're going to follow this journey, but, I mean, what journey are we talking about? Are we going to also be here? I mean, how long is it?
Well, as long as it takes, carefully.
Any idea, seriously, how many years it could take?
Well, we hope we've got a 5-year lease at the moment to do the 3 bays. I think we're going to do that easily.
Wow.
All right?
Watch this space.
And then you've got to say to yourself, having done it and everybody's satisfied.
The key thing with this is momentum, isn't it? And Bay 1 is the most important one.
That's
right. You'll learn so much in that first bit, then you'll be on a roll. Yeah. Okay, well, the clock is now ticking. The sun is out-ish today, so let's pray for some good weather, fingers crossed, and we'll follow this dream.
Yeah,
and it
absolutely.
is quite remarkable that we finally got this day, as I said at the beginning.
Yeah, and it's important to follow your dreams. I think it's an important message.
That's right. We're all capable of doing something in life that we've never done before, and this is what it amounts to. We're going to definitely do something that perhaps a lot of us have never seen. I'm an electronic engineer. I'm not somebody that builds piers, but it doesn't frighten me one little tiny bit, because I've reached that point in life where I can do anything.